Hi, I'm Brack, but a very soft-toned Brack because I'm doing this at night and the wife's in bed asleep, or going to sleep, so I won't be too loud so not to disturb her. She's probably disturbed enough already as it is. But got a really interesting topic. Now, there were some photos. I was in the 40k Orc community Discord, and there were some photos going around there about some sketches and drawings which were on display at an open day in over at Games Workshop. So 2009 it was, and these were Forgeworld sketches, and according to the story by some of the people who were around at that time, were that they were saying that these sketches were going to be released soon, but alas, it never happened. And we're going to have a look at these pictures and get all sad, and that's coming up pretty soon. Okay, before we have a talk about these pictures in detail, or detailish, I'm going to apologise for the quality of the photos that you're seeing. They're not the best. These are old sketches, obviously taken by a phone in 2009. Sort of in a hurry, and the most of the drawings were behind plastic, so there's going to be a bit of glare, and I apologise for that, but yeah. But realistically, these are dodgy photos from the interwebs. And look, I forgot to thank Gear Guts for these photos, because he's gone through and searched, and because he sort of remembered them, and he went and he did a couple of hours searching and found these photos. So, and I talked to him about these things too. So a big thanks to the Gear Guts for providing the content for me to talk about this evening. All right, have I done all the admin stuff I need to do? Yeah, all right. Now, you've all been looking at this now. What is it? At first I thought it was a shock attack gun, but I don't think it is. And that will be made clearer a little later. Now, it's obviously a battle wagon. We've seen this before, haven't we? Everyone knows what a battle wagon looks like, and that's definitely one of them. Now, what this is, I have no idea, but that's a massive counterweight, and there's a lot of governments. It's not really Zappish. It sort of looks a bit like a smasher gun or a tractor cannon, sort of a hybrid between. Maybe these were some of the ideas that were knocked around back then that sort of led to those weapons. Yeah, they might have. We don't know how the mind of Forgeworld's designers works. Some would argue that they don't, but some argue that they do. But who knows? Now, this really is a missed opportunity. You could have a nice, big battle wagon, or maybe something a bit bigger. Could be a cheaper super heavy, and make this quite a nice, large, powerful weapon. That strength 10. Why not one big strength 10 weapon with 2d6 damage? Yeah, look, this is just me going to have so much fun with this because it is a missed opportunity. These things aren't available, and why not have a little fun? So yeah, why not? Let's have strength 10, auto hit, 2D AP 5, and 3d6 damage. I could do with one of those. Wouldn't that be a great thing to have? Now, this, and yeah, that glare is shocking, looks to be a zap gun. Now, yeah, another weapon single shot. Look, the thing about these battle wagons, you could put, if you want to, and they could have big shooters and other things, you know, instead, you know. I'm a bit sad. Why did they give us those big dropper claws instead of something like this? Now, in today's game, this would be ideal for that custom job. Zag zap. So it's just a bigger zap gun, and you can put on a gun wagon, which would be lovely, wouldn't it? Now this is interesting too. A cannon, make for a good kill cannon, make for an interesting kill cannon, and so being a bit bigger, you could use it as for the boomer. It'd be nice, a nice long-range gun, and of course you could probably add some more big shooters to it. But one thing I had noticed with these things is that, did you see at the back, they look closed in, so that's probably for gubbins and workings, and basically to make sure that the battle wagon doesn't fall over when they're being fired. So unfortunately, no room for transport with these. These are just big killy machines. Super heavies. Nah, probably being Forgeworld, they probably would have made it a super heavy, which would have, yeah, maybe you could do it a heavy, especially in today's game. That'd be nice. Yeah, and they wouldn't have to. Yeah, all they could have done is just supplied this type of weapon, and you have your own battle wagon from Games Workshop, and voila. Yeah. Sorry, another sad missed opportunity. Now, this is bizarre. So it looks like there was a couple of different turret options here, and it's mounted at the front. At least it wouldn't fall over when it went bang. Is it a couple of precursors to a Giga shooter being at the front here? Could you put some little boys in there, or maybe what a lot of people are doing these days with their gun wagons is putting mega knobs in there? You could do that. Another missed opportunity. Now, you remember why I said that the first thing we looked at wasn't a shock attack gun? That's because this is a shock attack gun. Unfortunately, you can't see too well with this glare, but around about here is a big vacuum, and there's a cage, and I'm sure there's going to be little stotlings in there, and they're going to go pumped up in there and bang and transform to the warp and make the enemy's life a little bit nastier than what it is currently, which probably isn't saying much. And it's good to see some drawings of a couple of orcs there. He's sort of having a bit of a spy and saying, that's where we got to aim this thing. And yeah, yeah, another way thing, you could make it the souped up shocker. Remember that? Remember that? It wasn't so long ago, but yeah. We need the souped up shocker again, please. Make it a custom chop. Or maybe a relic. That'd be nice. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going a little bit off topic here. So let's press this button and see what we see next. Okay. Now, these tanks, they're obviously kill tanks of sorts. They look a little bit older in design than what Forgeworld currently has. Now, I'm only going that by what they look. I don't know exactly when Forgeworld released their kill tanks. I'm assuming it was sometime after 2009. If this was a let's have a look, and they've obviously went back to the drawing board and changed a few things. So this is the not the kill burster. Yeah, it's the Giga Shooter thing one. Well, look, we have a name in here, isn't it? Yeah, it is a kill burster, but that isn't. That's the kill blaster. So we'll have a look for the. So look, there's some very similarities in there in design. The only thing that seems to be missing from this is the plow and a couple of other extra weapons like the big shooters and the flamers. So, and they've obviously made it a bit more streamlined. Maybe that design didn't really work for them. A little bit too boxy, actually, isn't it? I think I prefer this one better. Okay, what else is next? So this is a precursor to the well, maybe the blaster. It's not as big. Could be another big weapon. Maybe they decided to go with the larger weapon because I think that looks a lot cooler than that. So maybe they did a few things right, Forgeworld. Maybe they did. Actually, yeah. Look, maybe I think they did. I think with those designs, they made it a little bit. They improved. These were obviously concept drawings, and this is reality. Reality looks so much better. There's Tank Commander in here. What a beautiful looking thing. And another one, more boxier. You know, they've got a plow here, but it doesn't look very practical. It's not protecting these tracks all that well. And the super cannon of sorts could do with more dagger. But then again, it's an Hawk vehicle. All Hawk vehicles can do with more dagger. Now this. Oh, I look at this and I cry, and I think of what could have been. Now there was Forgeworld did have that little grot bomber that sort of was launched on the back of a truck and would fly in as a one-shot missile, and that was loads of fun. And I know a lot of people who've played with it said it was great in APOC games. This reminds me of that, only much bigger. Could you imagine this? You know, one big ass gun or bomb, really. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it just being a single shot. There are guards have a couple of they have one big thing which has a massive bomb, or that you can only fire once, and there's a couple that you can only fire 4 times before it runs out of bombs. So why not? Especially if it was a nice big blast. You could just fire it at, you know, a group of dreadnoughts close together. That'd be lovely. Although in these games you don't really have blast templates, you've got to shoot at a unit, so it could be used to to breach a lot of things. Yeah, maybe give it a special. You could either a rule that if it hits something and it just keeps hitting the next closest thing on a 2 up or a 4 up, and then you just keep hitting till you run out of bang, I suppose. That'd be nice. That'd be great. Another missed opportunity. It's all a little sad, and you could, with some extra big shooters there, this would be great to have at the back. It fires once, does a lot of damage, and then it can just sit and hold the back of objectives for the rest of the game. Yeah, I like that idea. Another missed opportunity. And this is just ridiculous, but really cool at the same time. So we've got this sort of cage, a Faraday cage of sorts, where there is what I assume to be a weird boy inside, casting out some psychic powers. Now, could you imagine having a psyker on a vehicle? Wouldn't that be wonderful? They're just so exposed by themselves out there. And I really think that the rules are wrong in this regard. I really believe that there's no real reason why you couldn't have a psyker in an open-topped vehicle. I think that would be great. Maybe you could make it a bit harder to cast because the truck's driving or something like that, or make it a little bit hard. If they're in a truck, they wouldn't get psychic energy around them, so that maybe that's how you limit it. But yeah, a missed opportunity. I really think that. I just don't know. Yeah, they got to do something with the open top rules. They really have to fix that. It's just it's unworkable, and it's not very logical. Although, this is plastic toy soldiers in space. So yeah, logic and all that. So there you have it. 10 pictures from the past. Okay, well there's definitely some missed opportunities there. Which of those vehicles would you like to see back, if any? Or do you think they're all a load of bollocks? Let's comment below in the comments. Let's have a discussion about these sort of things, and what would you like to see? Do you think there's any chance of something like those coming in the new edition? What do you think? It'd be nice. Or do you think that now that's just long forgotten things that we'll never ever see again? Well, we didn't actually really see them in the first place. Well, some of them we didn't see. That we'll never ever see light of day. If you think so, put that down. Let's have a conversation about this. Thanks for watching. Alright, well, that was that. What do you think? Did you enjoy the video? Please like, subscribe, share, and a comment. A comment's always nice. And if you'd like to help me financially, so I can put some more money back into making these videos, there's Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. The links will be below in the description. Okay, I'm going to toddle off, and you know what I'm going to say now. So remember, if you are going crumping, remember to bash early and bash often.